Pretend you and your friend are at a bar and you hear a really good song that you've never heard before. You're gonna probably ask them, "Hey, do you know what this song is? It's pretty good." That I feel like is just some of the beauty of music, because no matter how much you listen to it, there's always gonna be more for you to listen to and find. And that's why I think listening to more genres and listening to more artists is important. Music, like the emotions, the way it stimulates your brain, everybody needs it in their life. Or if you don't need it in your life, everybody at least has it some way in their life. And because of this, I feel like music means a lot to me and has helped me out a lot as a person. And I think people should try listening to more variety. Again, the reason why I think so is because it'll help them step out of their comfort zone. It'll help you find what you truly like. And it can honestly, I feel like, change you as a person. And so I think I want to start this off by discussing what exactly is the comfort zone. Well, according to a Psychology Spot article on comfort zones, the comfort zone is a safe place where we don't risk, but neither do we grow. When it comes to music, I feel like a lot of people, they'll sit and listen to like the same 3 or 4 artists over and over again. And that's great and all, but over time, it's going to be like, hey, like, what am I really getting out of listening to the same thing over and over again? And that's why I personally decided to take the risk and listen to more artists, because coming personally, like, it may be weird at first or it may seem off, but it's so worth it. For instance, one night I was sitting upstairs alone, bored, and I decided let me just put on some random stuff, and I came across a experimental electronic band called Crystal Castles. They, because of me taking that risk, getting out of my comfort zone, trying that weird like electronic music, that I was like, "Ooh, what is this?" It's grown on me, and they have slowly become like one of my favorite artists. And I feel like having experiences like that in your day-to-day life, or being able to say, "Hey man, I tried this new genre of music," is a perfect way to grow and get out of that comfort zone. And I feel like that leads perfectly into my next point, which is helping find what exactly you like when it comes to music. Now, this is more of a, if you're already into music, like, why you should branch out. Because in 2021, if you were to ask me what my favorite artists are, I would probably say Lil Uzi Vert, Trippy Red Juice. Well, just your stereotypical like middle school growing up emo like rappers or whatever. Nowadays, if you were to ask me, I would say probably Kanye West, The Cure, Alice in Chains, just completely vastly different. And that's because I started out with a type of sound that, like I already said, that like sort of emo, like very melodic type of rap music. And I grew that, and I found out where that sound came from, originated from, the influence of it, like with stuff such as The Cure and Kanye West and all that other stuff. And like, I've really found out what I really like and what kind of music I'm really looking for to be like my top artist, not just like whatever I listen to. An article which I read by Eldon titles "How to Find Your Musical Style and Express Yourself." And I think they put it really nicely. They said musical style is essentially the way you combine various musical elements like harmony, melody, and rhythm. And combining all of that throughout various artists and genres can really help you find out, all right, what exactly am I looking for? What do I like about this song? What do I like about this sort of genre or this artist? And that can help you branch out and go from these 3 artists to these 20, 50 artists. And I feel like that's why finding what you like is very important whenever it comes to that whole process of growing with music, stepping out of your comfort zone, and why it's important for you to branch out. And both of those points go perfectly into the main point of this, and that is how music changes you as a person. Award winning author John Manuel Adriot, I think I'm saying that name right, wrote, "Research has demonstrated that music with a strong beat stimulates the brain and ultimately causes brain waves to resonate in time with the rhythm." So basically what that is saying is if you're sitting down and you're listening to a very slow, soft beat song, what does that make you do? That makes we all get really calm, like almost like it meditates our brain pretty much. But if you're about to work out and you're listening to a very hype, bassy rap song, what's that gonna do? That's gonna get you fired up, get you going, all of that other stuff. And like, I did that personally before football games in high school. I would listen to very bass heavy rap music, and I've also discovered more rap because of doing that, but also it really just gave me that emotion and like really got me ready to play. And that's what I feel like some ways that music does change you as a person. And like a big question is, so like why does this happen? Why does it do that? According to Harvard University, it is because music also lights up nearly all of the brain, including the hippocampus and the amygdala, which activate emotional responses to music through memory. The limbic system, which governs pleasure, motivation, and reward, and the body's motor system, basically heavy dopamine going on and off the entire time. And so you may be asking yourself, like, what does this have to do with my main point of branching out into different artists and genres? Well, stepping out of your comfort zone, finding what you like, doing all this can really like change you. Such as like if I'm listening to new genres or new artists, I can make new memories, new emotions to attach with that. And whenever I'm listening to it, I can go back and find basically relive those feelings and memories. Or like with old stuff that I really do enjoy, I can sit there and I can keep just experiencing that old like a very sad like or whatever, anything like that. And that all leads me to my conclusion, which I truly believe massive variety in music is the best thing for everybody. I don't think I would be as creative or as much as a free thinker as I am if I didn't. I wouldn't have discovered as many stories through various albums and emotions if I didn't either. A big one I like to bring up is Tyler the Creator's Igor, which came out in 2019. I got this off of fandom.com, just so I could have a, honestly, just so I could have a thing down. The whole album is a narrative in which Tyler falls in love with a closeted boy who was his best friend, and he realizes that hey, he doesn't like him back. And even though I'm not gay, that made me feel heartbroken and all that. And since I was a little kid, I find spending time with all of this has really helped me out. And we would never have grown as humans if we had just stuck with what made us comfortable. And yeah, that's why you should branch out your music taste. Thank you.